Hey everybody, welcome back. Super Auto Pets. It's got to be a quick one. Well, it's got to be like, I got 29 minutes. It's a reasonable length of time, and I'm loving the weekly this week. We might be overdoing it by like one, but I am loving the weekly. Turn that dial all the way, launch me like a rocket into space. I'm loving every minute of it. Is it Def Leopard? Def Leopard. Let me be a circular teabag. You see them now and then. I'm more used to the sort of rectangular, like a draped teabag, but you do occasionally see a circular one. Depending on where you live, that may be the dominant structure, the dominant morphology in your region of the earth. I don't know. Okay, I like it. Can I tell you, I'm going a little crazy. I'm freezing a magpie. Knowing how strong the Econ build can be, eventually I'm freezing a magpie right now. And if you got a problem with that, here's the door, okay? Doodle Bobcat 341. I love our backgrounds, very complimentary. Give me my level. This changes things a little bit. I think we will run cricket at the front. I don't know why I want to say it like cricket at the front. Yeah, cricket at the front. I think you keep the moth right where it is. Throw another mosquito on the top. Unfreeze the magpie. Probably run a swan instead. You know what? We might just... I think we probably cut and run from the marmoset. We're already taking one tier 1 unit with us longish term, in the form of the mosquito. Now, the whole setup here was basically just to get the muskox to 2-for-1, which it did not do. But hey, we got the mosquito bringing up the rear, feeling good about that. I'm not turtle pilled, honestly. At least sea turtle pilled. Not yet, anyway. Roll me. I do think the pug goes kind of crazy this week. I'm not totally sold on this being the right play. But I think even if it's the wrong play, it's okay. Let's put it that way. You know, things, they work on a spectrum. It doesn't just have to be like, that was wrong, so it's bad. It could be, you know, that was wrong, so you lose a couple of stat points, but it's not the end of the world. Still looking great, honestly. Team's looking mighty fine. Brandy, such a fine girl. And then you say, such a fine girl. What a good squad you would be. But my worm, my muskox, and cricket are the tier 3. So I'm operating on a new principle. My new principle is... going to sound a little crazy. It's going to sound a little crazy. My new principle is the worm showed up early. Let's basically run the worm until we have a reason not to. And I think we're going to put it up at the front. We shouldn't run into too many moths right now, so I think this is okay. Should do a lot of damage up at the front. Thank you for not having a moth. Now the level 2 mosquito is does a lot of damage. But my new philosophy is not like, you know, this animal's good, this animal's bad. Right now, my philosophy is, for where we're at in the game, we got a very strong squad. Worm is showing up earlier than expected. Why not give it a chance to... Listen, we don't have to put all of our hopes and dreams on the worm forever, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Instead, we can just lean on it as like a statistical monster right now, even though most of its stats are temporary, admittedly. And then pivot to some other sort of build as the game allows, quite frankly. We're toasted on this one, though. I think this is a very strong-looking squad. Well done. Great sniping team. I've been hoping for a pineapple myself to put on my mosquito, but you can't always get what you want, right? I think a turtle would probably beat a cricket. Like, we're not really running a strategy that's like super pro muskox. I would even sell the muskox and try a salad. Thank you so much. Minnesota. Swan me, maybe? You could eat a turtle. Do I care for you to eat a turtle? Doesn't seem like that good, but we have to spend money on something. So we're only round 7. That might be okay. And then a grape is like a decent food. We're kind of past the idea of a woodpecker. I'm stunned that on round 7 we have not seen a pineapple yet. Like, that seems a little bit, well, let's just say surprising. I'll just start by saying it sounds a little surprising to me. And we'll go from there. Now, what scares me here, I'm not really worried about the ink on the swan. But a Niala is a very scary unit because it's going to spawn an 8/8 dog, and then I think you're gonna finish the job here. Yeah, okay. So my pivot to the worm has not been necessarily sensible here. I don't think we can guarantee the swan stays. So this is like it's a rough spot to be in. Pineapple for you if you're going to stick around. I know we need foods for the worm. But, like, the foods have to... I mean, they have to be worth their weight in something, you know? And these aren't worth their weight in anything right now. Level 2 turtle, he seems okay. I don't think we're, like, in a horrendous position yet, but... What the heck just happened there? Where's my... Oh, there's my turtle, okay. I don't think we're in a horrendous position. I just think, you know, there's some... We fell off a little bit, let's put it that way. And the mosquito is not going to hang with the lynx and everything else. So why are we running it? Well, because we got it, I guess. Activate the buy ability. The only reason I would take this is to enable a cow. But I don't even know if that's worth it right now. And is the poodle going to do enough? 2, 1, 4, 4, 4. That's gotta hurt. Okay, give me my swan level. I guess the beauty of this is that we can worry about it later. We have food coming. I'm really hoping to get 2 chocolates this round. And then just... If we could get the worm to be like a 50-50 and then maybe... I don't know. Like, I shouldn't be despondent. We already got 6 wins. It's just like, we're not on autopilot wins, that's for sure. My dream, I suppose, is that we could get the worm to incredible stats. And then also... have one other unit that at least... It doesn't have to have incredible stats, but it has to do something. And the swan can help us buy more food for the worm, which is the important part. Okay, our whale doesn't necessarily have to be here. Try a stew on me. That's offensive. Some of this. And then roll me. We want to see some chocolate, too. I'd just straight up, like, add a Nyala to the team. We don't have to do it yet. We can, like, sell. That's not a Nyala. That's a Beluga. What have you done? Well, in that case, I would freeze another Beluga and roll. I know this looks a little crazy. Another worm. Freeze the worm. Toss him a stew for now. Wow, 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 wow. I get it. You hate me. Okay. So there was a lot of errors that happened there. Some of those errors were... user-generated, some of those errors were, like, probability-generated, but either way, it hurts. Let's just leave it at that. It's painful. Lucky? He's so lucky he's a star. He cries for his lonely heart. Buy me, sell me. Buy me, buy me. I know what you're thinking. What are you eating? Well, you could eat a rooster. I mean, for this turn, that's probably your best option. Even though it doesn't synergize with our build at all. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just level, I don't know. Spitting out a snake makes no sense. Adding a snake to the team, like, makes some sense. Really like you to if you could eat a Nyala, we'd be on cloud 9. Best thing we got going for us right now is it's only round 11. It's still pretty early. We're not going up against... I mean, we're going up against some squads that are better than me. Maybe. But we're not going up against too many squads where I'm like, this squad is like a nightmare. So I have some hopium. Let's put it that way. Now, obviously, this team beat us up pretty good. But just get this Beluga to eat something sensible. I don't really care if it eats a frilled dragon, because we're going to replace it with something else. This is all about the worm. The worm getting to eat is good. You eating the frilled dragon is not relevant, obviously. You eating a boar, spitting it out as a level 2, kind of got me thinking, though. Yeah, go for it. I know we could also be buffing our worm right now. Another beluga, another chocolate. Even popcorn is tempting. I don't know. I don't see this going to 10 just because we don't have any scaling, really. But it's at least certainly an unusual team. Certainly a strange one. Now, does strangeness matter for us, like, at all? Probably not. Definitely not. We played enough of this weekly. You know we're not going to beat, like, the Econ team. That's a given. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Yes. Forget the worm. We're not leveling is the problem. I don't really care if you spit out a level 2 meerkat. Like, that's the thing. Is like I guess I could give you some of this, but I literally, like, I can't buy the ice cream. Should have bought the other worm if I was going to do that. Trust me, I know. I'm going to make, like, an insane judgment call. That you sell your swan now, and then you buy the ice cream in order to spit out a level 2 Niala. And I don't think that's a play that is straight up desperate. That's not a play I make from a position of strength. But our swan only provides us value in the shop, not in battle. I think we needed some juice in battle. I think we're in a world of hurt. No, my worm! My worm? Okay, I'm not saying that I made a Hail Mary that saved us, but maybe a little bit. Just not a ton, just a little. I don't really care for you to spit out a turtle. I would freeze 2 ice creams, though. It makes our worm so much better. No, it has to be a worthwhile unit. Like, I know we're taking a big chance on this. We're basically trying to find, like, a Niala. So I'm just rolling for no reason. Would a lionfish be that? Yeah, it would be that bad. Freeze me. Hard to find, I would say, like a situation on Earth where that seems like the most sensible option. And a boar? We'd much rather spit out the level 2 Niala. Okay. And we're still rolling 4 squatted, in spite of everything. So we don't deserve 10, but for taking a chance, maybe we do kind of deserve 10. I don't know. Probably not. Would love your thoughts on this. This seems really bad. I don't think we got a shot in heck here. We don't. Fair enough. They did manage to make a whiskerfish cow build work there. It's interesting to think about. So we kind of lost the plot there at some point, and that's okay. I'm going to take the magpies just because we got them. That's not always a good reason, and our stats look, like, horrible. You can always combine your magpies. In fact, I actually think that a 2-5 probably goes insanely hard versus 2 1-4s. I could be wrong. It would be like an insolent bacteria. I'm thinking of salmonella, personally. At least when it was colonizing my my stomach and my colon, it felt pretty insolent. It wasn't taking no for an answer until we got the ciprofloxacin. Yes, yes, yes. We're not saving money with the magpie. Just because, like, right now, I think there's minimal reason to. Remember, we get as long as we draw one, we get 1 HP back. It's not so bad. In theory, such as. This looks like a win to me. This is a win to me. So we're at full HP. We want to see gazelles. Forget the mosquito. Take the marmoset instead. We want to see money. I would sell a chinchilla. Like, a duck is valuable enough to hold. See no gazelle. I would level, dude. It doesn't help us out immediately, but it's something. I actually feel like the osprey is, like, probably good enough to freeze. We don't want to save the gold yet, but at some point... like, a ferret would go insane right now, absolutely. Gazelles would go relatively crazy, and we got a great start for the Econ build, especially because we're not losing right now. It's like we're not giving anything up to get there. So, like, this is pretty good. Why not, I suppose? No gazelles, huh? Forget that mosquito. Forget the turtle. I'll take you. I think this is how I'm going to do this. So I want to save some gold for next time. We also got a valuable reroll. I say valuable because there's less animals in the pool right now. Makes sense to me. And if we're being realistic, it's not like our mosquito was going anywhere long term. If that's a part of our squad long term, we got problems. We're gonna win! Holy heck, it's the Amazing Heads. Great name tech. I'm gonna give you some credit for your name technology there. I like that. Can I tell you something I like here? Yes. We kind of gotta unwind everything to get this going, in my opinion. You buy a meerkat. It probably doesn't work this turn. That's okay. Sell your marmoset. Buy a lynx. Buy a magpie. We need to save 2 gold if possible. It's tough because it looks bad to save 2 gold. No, it doesn't, because it counts as saving for the meerkat spending too. I was just going to say we're looking for a pineapple, but maybe we're not looking for a pineapple. Maybe we're looking for a second meerkat. And then a pineapple next to it, and we're saving 2 with the magpie. Okay. Okay, okay. Now, we don't have gazelles going here. We do have some double buffing coming. Holy cow, what a shot. I do think that believers rise up for the obtuse celebrities. Here's the thing. I think we made our team worse in the short term, but I'm feeling very good in the long term, I think. Donut doesn't show up for a bit, so don't get too excited there. Maybe a croissant on you. Just a petit croissant. Why don't you take some extra HP as well? Roll me once. Freeze me right here. And it didn't look like that stellar of a round, but I think it's actually pretty good. Although I do hate when the meerkats buff each other. But with 2 of them, you know, there's a realistic chance. I feel like we low rolled a little bit there. We're not getting through a 6-7 gazelle, unfortunately. But I think we're... Look, I know we just lost 2 rounds in a row. I think this team, it takes just a second to get there. I think we might be a little late for just a 1 gazelle. If we get more later, obviously, we will wish that we had done it. But why don't you take a croissant? Another swan. Do we want to give donut buffs to anybody? If we were going to do it, we should actually put it on the magpie. I know it overwrites the cucumber, but... To generate 1 very powerful unit, I think is more valuable. And it also keeps the meerkats from buffing each other, which when they eventually get combined, hopefully, that will unfortunately constitute a wasted buff. Thank you for not putting a honey on your badger. At least not yet. We live to fight another day. It feels great to have this kind of HP to work with. I would roll me. More gazelles, of course. Yes, I see more grapes too, though. There's some... value there. Blueberries. A level 2 swan of the utmost importance. We're rolling. We really want to see another meerkat. Now, sans meerkat, we're excited to have the opportunity to maybe get a level 2 lynx out there. A 9-17 magpie is not good enough, but are we not on our next round going to have the chance to get chocolate, which might augment our situation somewhat? I think this was a miracle victory. I'm very thankful they did not have a level 2 chicken. Toss me another swan. You never know. Stew, I'm a little unsold on here. Probably a lot of good scalers there, but I sleep. A bird of paradise is a must purchase. And at this point, you can really only... Listen. For this round, I think we should roll to get a double buff. And then we should combine our meerkats and buy a bird of paradise. It means we're not going to have the 2 extra gold, but that's kind of like, it's not that relevant. Level 2 swan, and now we go off. This isn't an automatic, by the way. Like, I don't necessarily think that we've... The heck happened there? I don't think this is like a guaranteed win, but I think we got the pieces in place in a relatively timely fashion that there's a genuine shot. Now, it might surprise you. I would much rather the Bird of Paradise gets buffed ASAP. And we can buy 1 other thing. Bird of Paradise, take a grape. And then the 2 gold saved will also give us a buff that goes to the magpie. Okay, okay, we got a ways to go, but another chocolate would really hit the spot. Big snipes. Kind of, it didn't screw him up too much, but it screwed him up a little. Our magpie's going off. And every round, to be honest with you, I'm getting a little bit more bullish. Look at how many units we have that are like 1 experience away from leveling. Not chocolate. 15 gold. I mean, soft ice is hard to argue with. We have no food synergy. I would honestly, at this point, I would rather our meerkat just has more money per turn. Chocolate is stew. I sleep. I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping on these. On these picks, I'm sleeping. We're at least we're getting a buff for our rerolls, but it is a little insulting. And we get 2 extra gold saved. It's not... Oh, you know what? It's not going to get us there. But next turn, we're going to get 2 Bird of Paradise pays because of the grape on the meerkat. So this turn, even if we lose, I got something I can hang my hat on. And we are going to lose. Not by much. But look, they got a very similar setup here. I personally guarantee they got more chocolate than me. I'm not trying to be like a hater or whatever. I'm just saying. Big pickup. Extraordinary pickup. There's no doubt that probably a melon would go pretty hard, but I'm sleeping. A pretty big pickup, honestly. And then, why don't you... I mean, a tiger could go hard as well. Why don't you just buy a little bit of stats, though, while we're here? Because we're getting another payout out of... And we're getting another payout out of you because of the cost savings. But we could have saved 3. Good to know. We could have saved 3. But just by saving 2, we got to the magic number of a double payout from the Bird of Paradise. He's losing his mind. Are you level 2? You are. You piece of junk. It's okay. Even at 1 HP, with this build, you always know you got a shot. One of those. Honestly, we should be a little spendy here, I think. Probably should have been spendy from the get-go. And we can save 3 gold. Nobody really needs a carrot, though. I would like to buy something, but you guys all have superior foods. I guess we're doing 3 rolls then. And it provided us with very little value, but it's, you know, it is what it is. It's a scary looking squad for round 13. I'm not shy about saying it. Level 3 Badger at the front. Oh no, we're about to get beaten by someone else's superior brain. Are we? No, we're not. We're about to defeat someone else's superior brain, but for some reason that feels great. Okay, we got 3 more to go. Obviously, narrow margin of error. Love it. At this point, you could probably benefit from a melon. That's such a huge purchase. And so are you, but we wait around on you. You can actually, we could probably replace your donut at this point. Let's save 3 gold. Another big buff coming in. Level 3 links. No tiger shenanigans, but still a very strong looking setup here. Woodpecker's good too. Don't let him gaslight you. Now the whole team came together. Just a little further, please. One of these. Chocolate. No chocolate. I mean, the donut it's a rough purchase for me. I would say soft ice maybe goes hard. Even without any triggers. One of these. Come on, get that Bird of Paradise up there, man. Just need one more Bird of Paradise, you piece of junk. We might as well. Okay. Freeze it right there. I mean, the squad's looking pretty good. Oh no, it's the same squad. No! Sorry, I did the math. All right, so you know what? You know the Carly Simon song, Nobody Does It Better? Well, that time somebody did it better. Either way, I had a great time. Hope you did as well. If you did, click the like button. We came in right under the wire time-wise. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.